In this video, I'm going to take you through 1993 Nov Dec questions. But for this video, we are going to go through the objective type questions. So now, let's start with number 1. Express 25 base 10 as a number in base 2. So we have to express 25 base 10 as a number in base 2. So now, with this question, we are going to create 3 columns. The first one will be for the base that we are changing to, which is 2. And then the second one will be for the number 25. And then the third one, let's name it R, which is the remainder. So 2 here goes into 25 12 times. 2 times 12 is going to give us 24. Remainder 1. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 times 6 is going to give us 12. Remainder 0. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 times 3 is going to give us 6. Remainder 0. 2 goes into 3 once. 2 times 1 is going to give us 2. Remainder 1. 2 goes into 1, 0. Remainder 1. So from here, we are going to count it from the bottom to the top. Now, we are going to get 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 base 2. So this is the answer for number 1. So let's move on to number 2. Find the value of a cubed plus 2ab squared plus b cubed when a is equal to 2 and b is equal to -1. So the expression is a cubed plus 2ab squared plus b cubed. So now what we are going to do over here is that we are going to fix a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 1. So b is equal to -1 into the expression. So when we do that, we are going to get 2 exponent 3 plus 2 into a is 2 and b is -1 squared plus -1 cube. 2 cube gives us 8 plus 2 multiplying 2 -1 squared gives us 1 plus 1 cube. -1 cube gives us -1. So we are going to get 8 plus 2 times 2 is 4 times 1 still 4 minus 1. So now this plus this is going to give us 12 minus this 11. So this is our answer for number 2. Okay, now I'll be skipping some questions because they are questions that you can easily get the answers with your eyes together with your brain. Now let me move on straight to number 6. 6. The following table shows the mapping xy. What is the rule for the mapping? So here is the mapping. X maps onto y, 0 maps onto 5, 2 maps onto 3, 4 maps onto 1, 6 maps onto -1, and 8 maps onto -3. So when finding the rule for mapping, what we do is that you check and see whether you can find some agreement in the codomain and the domain. And how do we find this agreement? You subtract the first one from the second one and subtract the second one from the third one in that order and see whether you can get some agreement in here. So when we do that, 3 minus 5 is going to give us minus 2. 1 minus 3 is going to give us minus 2. Minus 1 is going to give us minus 2. And then minus 3 minus 1 is going to give us minus 2. So let's check that of the domain and see. 2 minus 0 is going to give us 2. 4 minus 2 is going to give us 2. 6 minus 4 is going to give us 2. And 8 minus 6 is also going to give us 2. So now we've realized the agreement over here. So when we are having the agreement in this form by subtraction, it is called the linear form of mapping. So we are going to use y is equal to ax plus b, where a here is equal to constant difference of codomain over the constant difference of domain. So the constant difference of codomain is what we had over here for the codomain, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So minus 2 over, out of the domain is the 2, 2, 2 that we had. So we're going to get minus 1. Now we've gotten negative 1 for a. So you're going to replace it over here. So y will be equal to negative x plus b. Now you come straight to the mapping and then take x value and its corresponding y value. So let's say when we take x, when we take 0, we are going to take its corresponding y value, which is 5. So when x is equal to 0, y also is equal to 5. Now we are going to replace this with y and then x in the formula. So y is 5 equals minus x is 0 plus b. Now we make b a subject. 5 is equal to b. So replace b with 5. Y is equal to minus x plus 5. So now we have realized the rule for the mapping. This is the rule for the mapping. So let's check and see whether indeed is the rule for the mapping. So we're going to replace 0 with x and see what will happen to y. So when we pick 0, when we pick x equals 0, y will be equal to minus 0 plus 5, which y is equal to 5. 0, 5. Let's take that of 2. So when x is equal to 2, y will be equal to minus 2 plus 5. So y is equal to 3, which is the same as what is over here. So y is equal to minus x plus 5 is indeed the rule for the mapping. So let's move on to another question. Now we are moving on to question number 8. Express 75882 to 3 significant numbers. To 3 significant numbers. So this one you are going to count 1, 2, 3, 7, 5. But the last one, the fourth one, is more than 5. So you're going to round it and then add 1 to 8, making it 9. And then the rest 1 to make it zeros. 0, 0. So this is the answer for question number 8. Let's move on to question number 9. Number 9. Let me do this. Find a vector which translates the point 2, 4 to the point 5, 3. So now we have to find a vector which translates the point 2, 4 to the point 5, 3. And then in this case, you don't know the vector that we are looking for. So let v equals, let's say the vector be sy. So now you are going to add this to the vector that we are looking for and then equate it to the point 5, 3. So when we do that, we are going to get 2, 4 plus xy equals 5, 3. So now make sy the subject. We are going to get xy is equal to 5, 3 minus 2, 4. So xy is equal to 5 minus 2 is going to give us 3. 3 minus 4 is going to give us minus 1. So this is our answer for question number 9. So let's move on to number 10. Number 10. P is equidistant from Q and R. The bearing of Q from P is 70. Bearing of Q from P is 70 degrees. So this bearing will be something like this. So 70 degrees will be something like this. So here is 70 degrees. So this side will be something like this. So if here is 70 degrees, here will be 20 degrees. And if here is 20 degrees, automatically this side will be 20 degrees. And let's continue with the question. The bearing of R from Q is 130 degrees. Bearing of R from Q from P. Bearing of R from P is 130 degrees. Bearing of R from P is 130 degrees. So this is P and then this is Q. So 130 from here is 90. So let's say plus 40 will be just 130. So let's say here will be 130. So So this side will be 40. So when we add 70 to 20, and we're going to get 90. 90 plus 40 is going to give us 130. So to this point, we are going to get something like this over here. So let's join this point, this distance. If here, this plus gives us 60. So if here is 60, automatically here too will be 60 degrees. And then this side too will be 60 degrees. And this distance should be equal to that of this distance too. So now the question says, what is the bearing of R from Q? So we are looking for bearing of R from Q. And this is, here is R, and this is Q. So we are looking for bearing of R from Q. So we are looking for this bearing from here up to this point. And every angle is 90 over here. This plus this is 80. So meaning this side will be 10 degrees. And from here is 90, 90. So 90 plus 90 is going to give us 180. Plus this will give us 10. So now the bearing of R from Q is 190 degrees. That is the answer for number 10. So let's move on to number 12. Question number 12. Question number 12. Evaluate without using tables. Root 147 minus root 75 plus root 27. So with this question, we are going to look out for a perfect square times any number that is going to give us 147. And we do same for 75 and then same for 127 too. So when we look out for the numbers, we can realize 49 times 3 will give us 147. And this one too, 25, which is a perfect square, times 3 will also give us 75. And this one, 9 times 3 will also give us 27. So we're going to put this in root. So with this one, we can write this as root 49 times root 3 minus root 25 times root 3 plus root 9 times root 3. So root 45 here is 7. So we are going to get 7 root 3. Root 25 is 5 minus 5 root 3. And then root 9 is 3. 3 root 3. So now you are going to get 7 minus 5, because the roots are the same. You are going to add these numbers and then take one of the roots. So 7 minus 5 is going to give us 2 plus 3 is going to give us 5. So 5 root 3. So this is the answer for number 12. Now let's move on to question number 13. Question number 13. If log 3 base 10 is equal to a, if log 3 base 10 is equal to a, and log 5 base 10 is equal to b, find in terms of a and b the value of log. So that find the value of log 75 base 10 in terms of a and b. So now we look out for two numbers that when you multiply, you are going to get 75. And these numbers are 25 and then 3. When you multiply these two numbers, you will get 75. So we're going to get log 25 times 3 base 10. When you multiply this, you are going to get 75. So now this is a single logarithm. So when you want to change it from single logarithm, the multiplication here is going to be addition. So we're going to get logarithm of base 10 25 plus log 3 base 10. So we have changed it from single logarithm to that of an open one. So now 25, we can write it as 5 exponent 2 give us 25. So we can write this as log 5 exponent 2 plus log 3 base 10. Log 5 exponent 2 base 10, we can write it as 2 log is 5, something like this, plus log 3 base 10 over here is equal to a. So we write a here. This is equal to 2 log 5 base 10 is b. So replace this by b plus a. So a, this is equal to a plus 2b. So this is the final answer for question number 13. Let's move on to question number 14. In a class of 40 students, so let's let the number of students to be 40. So let's work it straight away. To be 40. And then 30 of them read chemistry. So let's represent C with chemistry. 30 read chemistry. And 20 read physics. Those that read physics equals 20. What is the probability that a student chosen at a random in the class read both chemistry and physics? So now we have defined the probability that the student chosen from the class read both physics and chemistry. This we don't know. And we don't know that of the number of students who read both physics and chemistry. So let that one to be equal to x. Those that study both physics intersection chemistry equals x. So now let's draw a Venn diagram. So this is the Venn diagram is known. Total students equals 40. Chemistry equals 30. And physics equals 20. Those that read both subjects, relate it to S. Now for us to get the students that read only chemistry, we are going to subtract S from 30 and do the same for physics only. Okay, it's 20 minus X. So now let's find X. We are going to get 30 minus X plus 20 minus X. Then we equate it to this one, equal to 40. Now, negative will cancel negative, positive. 20 plus 30 is going to give us 50. 50 minus X is equal to 40. Now we make X a subject. So we are going to get 50 minus 40 is equal to X. So now X is equal to 10. So we've gotten those that read both physics and then chemistry. So probability that those that read physics and chemistry is equal to this 10 over the total number of students, which is 40. So we are going to get, let's cancel this, we are going to get 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is the answer for question number 14. Let's move on to question number 15. Evaluate cube root of 3 exponent 6 times 5 exponent 3, leaving your answer in the prime factors. Now, with this question, we can write cube root as 3 exponent 6 times 5 exponent 3 exponent 1 over 3. You can write cube root as this one. Now, when we expand the bracket, we are going to get 3 exponent 6 times 1 exponent 3 times 5 exponent 3 times 1 exponent 3. So 3 here goes into 6 2 times. We're going to get 3 exponent 2 times 5. 3 cancel out 3. It will remain 1. So here is going to be 1, which you don't write. So this is the answer for question number 15.